Nice ash.
What's going on, guys? It's the RUGDman here with the Nice Ash Podcast, and today we have a very special guest. We have Lee from Kristoff Cigars here for us, and he's going to give us a little bit of a rundown. I myself not completely familiar with the Kristoff cigars, so he's going to help me choose my cigar here and kind of explain a little bit about what they got. So Lee, the floor is yours.
Absolutely. So let's start off with just a little bit of company history here.
Okay.
Founded in 2004 by Glenn Case. He was an investment banker out of Chicago. Got tired of the whole, corporate gig. Wanted to get into something else, so he decided it was going to be cigars. So 2004, we started out with two original blends. That was the original Maduro, which we have here as the PCA exclusive, and the original Criollo, which we also have here.
Okay.
20 years later, this is still our #1 selling cigar. Handmade in the Dominican Republic, but we source our tobacco from all over the world. We use a lot of Brazilian wrappers, like in this original Maduro, obviously a lot of Dominican, Honduran, Nicaraguan, and then we just got into Zimbabwean tobacco. To my knowledge, we're the only ones using Zimbabwean tobacco.
Okay.
So I'll get into the specifics of the cigar. I know you seemed interested in that, so we'll start there. The Guardrail, great story. The owner, Glenn, well, not great story. The owner, Glenn, was in a life-threatening motorcycle accident a couple years ago, so we wanted to do something special to kind of commemorate that. His recovery, nearly lost his life, had to relearn to walk. It's a big thing, so we wanted to do something totally unique, no one's ever done.
Okay.
He had the name, he named it the Guardrail because he hit a guardrail at 70 miles an hour, and so he was looking around for unique tobaccos, and he found this guy making machine-rolled cigars in Zimbabwe that had a mutated crop.
Okay.
Was gumming up the machines, wouldn't work.
Really?
And he didn't know what to do with this extra crop that he had. So he said, hey, send me a little bit, we'll try it. And it was the ugliest tobacco he'd ever seen. So he couldn't use it as a wrapper, it just would have looked terrible. But the flavor was immaculate.
Okay.
So it has this really earthy, little like campfire smoke, almost like barbecue smoke. Really sweet. So we found that it works really well as a filler. So what we did, we took a Brazilian Air Paraca, a nice oily dark Maduro. We took a Dominican Habano, put that in the binder, and then for the filler we used that Zimbabwe. It's nice medium plus, earthy, sweet, lots of coffee notes,
Nice.
little that stone fruit, like cherry kind of thing going. Excellent.
Okay.
Obviously we talked about the PCA exclusive. That's our original Maduro. We did in a box press for this. That's going to be a Brazilian Maduro wrapper, Honduran binder, Dominican fillers. It's a classic Dominican style Maduro. Kind of a little dry, not too overly sweet, lots of notes of cocoa, some coffee grounds, things like that.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Obviously for your Connecticut guys, we have our classic Connecticut. A lot of people tend to shy away from Connecticut's because they tend to be really delicate in flavor. So what we did to kind of combat that is we added a Nicaraguan binder, and that's going to add a little bit of earthiness, a little bit more strength. So this isn't, your granddad's Connecticut. This is one that's going to stand up to a cup of coffee, a nice strong beer, something that's going to be approachable to everybody. If you like that kind of mild, but you want a richer, more enhanced flavor, this shade grown is excellent. We grow that in Honduras. It's got more of a rich, like kind of coffee notes, creamy, espresso. Still has that kind of barnyard taste you expect from a Connecticut, but it's just a little bit more complex.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Then we'll go down to our Habano here. Again, Brazilian. We love our Brazilian wrappers. Nice. It's got like a really rich, like when you taste it, it's oily. You're gonna get that spice on your lips even on the cold draw.
Okay.
And then throughout, it's just a nice earthy spice bomb.
Beautiful. Okay, that sounds right now. That's kind of
Is
catching
that
my
what's hitting
attention.
for you?
I do know. I kind of overheard. I'm a big Mexican San Andreas fan. I find it to be a nice chocolatey wrapper. It has some of that spice, a little bit of that Mexican hot chocolate. And I see that's next. So I thought that was what I was grabbing. And then you mentioned that guy was a little bit of a spice bomb. So we'll see. But let me know about this. What we have in here.
So Mexican San Andreas, obviously, I mean, you nailed it on the head. You got that kind of chocolatey, spicy, earthy, a little bit of sweet. We use an Ecuadorian binder that's going to enhance that spice, and then that Nicaraguan's going to bring in that really rich, silky smoke that you want.
What a mix. What a
Yeah,
mix.
I mean, it's decadent. It's really rich in flavor.
Okay.
One of the best ones that we make, in my opinion.
Yeah, see, right now it's between those two, and then the Pissed Off Kristoff. Now this just sounds, you know, like
It's
something to
impressive.
try out. Like
Yeah.
Pissed Off Kristoff. I mean, what a name! All right.
I know. So this is the strongest cigar we make, but don't let that shy you away.
Okay.
Flavor-wise, it's very approachable. So it's actually also a San Andres, but it's a natural San Andres, which you don't see very often.
Okay.
Intentionally under-fermented to retain that nicotine level. It's a savory smoke. It's got like really rich, creamy notes, very earthy. You actually get a little bit of sweetness on the back end, but you're gonna get that Nicaraguan spice coming through from the
Nice,
filler.
nice. I like it. I like it. All right, then what are we rolling with down here?
So down here, this is the Cristania. So, you know, obviously we all like our premium cigars, but sometimes we're balling on a budget. We can't always pay that premium price, and you know, we realized that kind of budget market, there was a really big gap between your premium cigars and your budget cigars. So we try to find something right in that middle ground. The same blend as our two original cigars.
Okay.
Same blend. It's the original Maduro, original Criollo. What we did is we took just a lower priming of each leaf.
Okay.
So that keeps our costs down while you're still getting a nice long filler premium cigar at a reasonable price.
Okay, so I will say that I think I'm sold on that San Andreas, man. I love that blend of the Nicaraguan inside of it, and then the San Andreas
Oh,
and
yeah.
Maduro outside. You get that sweet chocolate goodiness. That's what I'm going for.
Let's
So
do it.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to grab myself one of these guys, and I'm going to have a hell of an experience. You guys want you to check it out. Thank you very, very much, Lee. Pleasure meeting
Appreciate you.
And you guys go run and try out some Kristoff cigars. Peace.